Alright, the theorem of Pythagoras for level 2 is a revision for level 3 and level 4. Now, if you look at this particular diagram, it's a right angle triangle. How do we know that it's a right angle triangle? We have a 90 degrees here. We have the longest side of the triangle, which is called hypotenuse, which I normally call a stepladder. We have the horizontal axis and the vertical axis. So it's a right angled triangle. So what does the theorem say? It says the square of the hypotenuse, which is h squared, is equals to the sum of the squares of the other two adjacent sides. Which are the other two adjacent sides? The horizontal side, which is x squared, the vertical side, which is y squared. So we have x squared plus y squared equals to a squared. That is the theorem of Pythagoras. Where do we use it? We use to solve right angle triangles by calculating the sides of the right angle triangle and the angles of the right angle triangle. We are going to answer question based on 2016 Maths Lead Paper 2 question paper. Question 3. The question will deal with application of knowledge already learned in two-dimensional shapes and three-dimensional shapes in our previous lessons. The lesson will further address questions about conversions from cubic units to its corresponding capacity. Here is the question. As a result of load shedding, the Star-Graphier farm manager reverted to a generator to provide dependable power for her chicken sheds and a farmhouse. She bought a second-hand cylindrical diesel tank to store and provide diesel for the generator. Study the diagram below, which is the next slide, and answer the questions. The diagram that we are having here is the shelter with the base. We have the cylinder. The shelter consists of this height, the front height, which is the D equals to 3.6 meter. The rear height or the back height, which is C, is unknown. We have the length, which is B equals to 2.2 meters. And the breadth, which is A, equals to 1.5. And the cylinder, which is this, it's got the length of 1,750 millimeters and the diameter as 1,260 millimeters. Now, question 3.1.1 from the question paper says, determine the length of the radius in meters of the cylindrical diesel tank. Now, to convert the units in millimeters into meters, we are going to take 1,260 and divide it by 1,000, which is going to be 1.26 meters. So after that, we take this 1.26 meters, which is a diameter, and divide it by 2, and then we get 0.0 0.63 meters as our radius. The second question, calculate the volume of the tank in liters if 1 cubic meter is equal to 1000 liters. Use the formula volume equals to pi multiplied by radius squared multiplied by height, where pi is 3,14. The hint there, first convert all the dimension to meters. So the volume will be equals to pi multiplied by the radius squared multiplied by the height. So what are you going to have now? The volume is equals to 3,14 for the pi multiplied by 0,63 squared. That is the radius that we have calculated, multiplied by 1,75. That is the height. The height, as indicated, is being converted. Remember, the question says convert dimension to meters. So we take 1,750 divided by 1,000, which is equal to 1,75 meters. And then the volume is 2,18 cubic meters. NB, remember, the volume are written as cubic units. The third question, convert your answer in question 3.1.2 to the nearest kiloliter. Let's look at how we are going to do that. To convert 3,18 cubic meter into kiloliters, use the formula provided, which is 1 cubic meter is equal to 1,000 liters. Then you are going to cross multiply. 2,18 cubic equals to x. As we cross multiply, we will say x multiply 1 cubic meter and 2,18 cubic meter multiplied by 1,000, and we got what? X equals to 2,180 liters divided by 1,000. Which is going to be 2,18 kiloliters. Here in this case, they say we must convert these to kiloliters. So our answer was 2,180 liters. As we divide by 1,000, so it's going to be what? 2,18 kiloliters. Then to the nearest liter is going to be 2 kiloliters. Or we can simply say 1 cubic meter is equals to 1 kiloliter. And therefore, x will be, you multiply 2,18 by 1 kiloliter, and then the answer becomes 2,18 kiloliter, which to the nearest kiloliter becomes 2 kiloliters. The fourth question there, the diesel is pumped out at the rate of 50 liters per minute. Use the final answer of question 3,1.1.3 to calculate how long in minutes it takes to empty the diesel tank. Let us calculate it. Pumping 50 liters per minute is equal to volume of the tank divided by 50 liters. And what is our volume? In question 3.1.3, we got our volume as 2,18, which is the same as 2,180 liters. You divide 2,180 liters by 50 liters equals to 43.6 minutes. Question 5. If the height of the pole C is 12.5% less than pole D, calculate the height of pole C in meters. So the question is not necessarily a space and shape question, but it belongs to numbers. So we have to bring our knowledge of numbers, whereby less than simply means subtract. Therefore, 3,6 multiplied by 12.5% equals to 0.45 meters. Working with percentage is a topic about numbers. Therefore, C is equals to 3,6, then you subtract 0.45, the answer will be 3.15 meters. The sixth question. Calculate the difference in length in meters of the metal tray and that of the diesel tank alongside E. We have already converted the length in question 3.1.2 in slide 7. Therefore, the difference will be 2,2 subtract 1,75, which is equals to 0.45 meters. Question 7. John claims that the area of the floor of the metal tray is less than 3 square meters. Verify by showing all calculations whether John's claim is correct. The formula is given as area equals to length multiplied by width. Remember, width is the same as breadth. The metal tray is a rectangular shape. Therefore, the formula is area of the rectangular shape equals to length times breadth, where the length is 2,6 and the breadth or the width is 1,5 meters. Therefore, the volume, I beg your pardon, the area, it should be the area there, not V, will be 2,2 multiplied by 1,5, which is equals to 3,3 square meters. Is John's claim correct? Let's check. John's claim is incorrect because John's claim says it's less than 3 square meters. Here we've got more than 3 square meters, which is 3,3 square meters. The ratio of the length of the metal tray, the value of B, to the length of the roof is 1:1,25. Calculate the length of the roof. Again, this question belongs to topic on numbers, whereby we use knowledge on ratios. We are going to use the condition as prescribed in those particular scenarios in which a part and a ratio is given, which means we are going to use cross multiplication to calculate the length of the roof, which we can name it as line F. And then what are you going to multiply? 1 is to 1,25, and then we are given B as 2,2, and F is unknown. So by cross multiplying, we'll get F as 2,75 meter, and therefore the length of the roof is 2,75 meters. The generator's diesel consumption is 5,5 liters per hour. How much diesel will be used for 2 hours, 30 minutes, load shedding duration? So we are going to say consumption is the same as liters of the diesel divided by time. Therefore, the consumption will be liters of the diesel is 5,5 as indicated, and the time there is 2,5. That is, you are going to convert 2 hours 30 minutes into hours. That is dividing 30 minutes by 60, and then you add the 2 hours, which is 0,5 plus 2. So that time is 2,5 hours. So by dividing 5,5 by 2,5, you'll get 2,2 liters. So the answer is 2,2 liters, which is this one. Now, use the previous examination question papers previously provided to you at the college to answer the question on space and shapes, and or do exercise on module 2 of your prescribed mathematical literacy textbook. Any question from your studies will be posted on your Mathly Study WhatsApp group to be created soon. Cheers.